Recording in progress. Happy Tuesday, everybody. If you see me moving side to side, it's because I am now on my walking pad. Why? Because I didn't move much today and I need to move because the whole reason why we're doing this, these calls and all of that is because of the show. I have a show coming and I need to get ready for it. We are less than 3 weeks away from it. I think 17 days, something like that. Oh my goodness. And we do these weekly calls here every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, even though we're probably going to change the time. So stay tuned if you'd like to participate on that. Hey, Chrissy, just let me know because you're going to be notified via email. Send me your email, get the links and all of that. The call gets uploaded later to YouTube. So stay tuned. And every month we talk about a certain topic, we talk about a certain subject. And I talk a little bit about it, and then you're open to come and ask questions. And this month, I thought it would be amazing to share my journey to the stage. Last time I competed was 2023 in Vegas. And, now it's time again. Now competition happens here at home in Miami. So I could not compete. Is this okay? I'm doing some like remodeling in my place. Well, I couldn't even say remodeling because I just moved here, so just fixing stuff. But yeah, hey Max, how's it going? Bonsoir. So that's it. I've been sharing everything that's been happening with my prep, and it's been the last couple of weeks have been really, really challenging. Actually, in June 10th, I was doing really well, and I had a very bad episode, a health scar from a peptide that I took. It was really horrible. It set me back a few weeks, but that's okay. And I got back on track. And then 2 weeks ago, like my body just said no. And I started getting super hungry. My weight started increasing last week, even though it actually hit my lowest 2 weeks ago at 142.8. And now it started going up until 148. Actually, I hate to be some TMI here every now and then, but I have to because I know it helps a lot of you guys out there who are, checking progress and who are talking about and asking about your own journey and your own things with your own body. So, quick story for you guys without getting too personal, but back in Brazil, I used to have this hormonal implant that it lasts for a full year. It's not like it doesn't exist here in America. Actually, I mean, I know some people do it, but it's not FDA approved yet. But it's this amazing thing that a Brazilian doctor invented. It's the same doctor who invented the Mirena, the IUD, that it stops you from having your period. Which for me as a woman, it was amazing. It was the best 10 years of my life in that regard because I simply forgot that was even a thing. My friends were like, I have issues with it. And I was like, oh, wait, what? We're still doing that? We're still having our periods? Fast forward, um, last year I decided to stop putting that, because I go to Brazil every year. So every time I go, I just renew it. It's good for a full year. So I just said, let me see where my body is. Let me see where my hormonals are without any HRT because I'm 39, I'll be 40 in October. So I've been doing HRT for my cats are always excited for the call. Been doing HRT not just for aesthetics or for anything, but for performance, because I'm an athlete. I compete, I push my body. My job is very physical. So for me, I always want my hormones to be the best possible, not to be like okay, but to be the best. So I wanted to see where am I sitting without them. I like to see that. So I stopped taking the implants. We call it an implant. It's like a hormonal little pellet. So I've been having my period has been adjusting, I want to say since November, something like that, October, November. So it's my very first, oh my goodness, I didn't realize that. It's my very first, wow, prep, my very first competition that I'm doing with a regular period. I didn't realize that up until this second because when I started competing 10 years ago, I already had that. I started using that. I must have been like 24 years, maybe 25. Wow. So to bring that to reality, I've been navigating how does my body fluctuate with the period coming and the phases of the cycle? And I know it should be coming anytime now. I've been anxiously waiting, but that has been making my body fluctuate so much with hormones, with hunger. Hey, James, with my weight, of course, with my strength, with my patience. Because no, I'm already hangry, bloating, a lot of bloating, Chrissy. It's been awful to navigate through that. But that's amongst one of the things that I want to talk to you guys about tonight is understanding how to put in the effort, even though when you don't see results. So yeah, it's been quite challenging. I also did a quick trip this last weekend from Thursday through Sunday, and I didn't take my scale with me. Not for anything, it's because I really forgot. Because I'd like to have taken because my scale shows everything like muscle mass, it shows my hydration, it shows everything. So I like to have it with me. Needless to say, I forgot. So I haven't really weighted myself ever since. I came back Sunday, I'm like, nope. Yesterday, I didn't feel like it. Today, I didn't feel like it. Tomorrow, I might step on the scale because I feel like things are gonna get improved. James, you want a shirt like that, James? Should I sell these shirts? Would you guys like this shirt? Super Amanda. Ta-da-ta-ta, ta-da-ta-ta-ta. Let's see how the abs are. Some lines, some lines, but the skin is very thick. Never mind. If you guys want a shirt like that, I can have them done. Okay, Chrissy, I'll have them done and put it on my website to sell. But so I haven't weighed it myself. Probably will do it tomorrow. What I can tell is my weight has definitely gone up, and this is my prediction. I'm gonna get my period anytime this week. My weight's gonna start trending down again, and it's probably gonna be a little bit lower than it was before. My lowest weight was 142.6 or 7. I think it's gonna hit lows 142 by the end of the week, God willing. And also, I don't have any more traveling. I'm staying home. I'm being really super focused and dialed in on my prep. I have been okay, so let's talk about the nutrition part. Then I'll get into training because that's gonna I have also some major like updates for you guys. So that happened, right, with the nutrition. What is my mindset regarding that? Because it's really bothering, all my athletes go through that, like to put in the work and don't see the results. Why does that happen? Happens because the body is its own boss. We can do the coordinates, we can tweak things here and there, we can just point in the right direction, but eventually, ultimately, the body has its own response time. And there's only so much you can push it in a healthy way. Of course, I could be very unhealthy and just literally starve myself. I wouldn't increase my weight, probably not, maybe a little bit, but because when hormones really dictate everything. But I don't want that. So I wanted to do this in a sustainable, correct, and healthy way. That's how I've done most of my preps, and not the first one. The first ones were kind of crazy, kind of kamikaze, but now I know how to do them properly. And so yeah, you just need to respect your body. You need to respect the timing that your body has. There's only such a fast pace that you can induce your fat loss. There's only such a fast pace where you can gain muscle mass. And unfortunately, that's where a lot of bodybuilders and a lot of people who are just chasing the physique, they have problems with their, wait, give me a second. They have problems with their health because they just go too much. You need to be responsible. I mean, who am I to tell you what you want to do? Do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying that's how I like to do it. I like to do it in a healthy fashion. Still pushing to the limit. My mom would disagree. My mom's like, "You're starving yourself." Like, Mom, I'm really not at all. But so that's the thing. Putting in the effort, not seeing the results. What do I do? In my case, because I know it's hormonal, I just really need to stick to the plan. I need to just keep doing what I know it works because it will. And I need to kind of ignore my physique at this time. I need to somehow ignore the feedback that my body is giving me. Why? Because my feedback is not related to my actions, it's related to my hormones, which I do not have much control over. And I'm talking hormone cycle, I'm talking menstrual cycle for a woman. I'm not talking my testosterone, all of that. Um, so I just need to keep going. Thank God the trip that I stayed at a friend's house, didn't have a lot of mirrors because I'm addicted to mirrors. Look at my big ass mirror right there. And no, because I'm a bodybuilder. I like to check myself. And so I couldn't see much because when you see something like, let's say you're putting in the work, you're doing the diet, and you don't see the results, you're like, is it really worth it? And then you sabotage yourself. I've done it so many times. Not to say that when I was there, I did break my diet a little bit because I noticed that even though my weight was going up, my muscle mass was going down, which is something so weird because I could feel one, I wasn't training as hard. So from Thursday before I left, before I got on a plane, I just did a quick 20-minute workout, a heavy one, but it was a quick one. Um, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I did dumbbells, I did walking lunges, I did what I could, but not a lot of heavy stuff. So I felt like my muscles were kind of depleting. It's gonna be so weird, but I felt like my butt was shrinking, and I was like, no, not the butt. Preserve the butt at all costs. Preserve the butt, preserve the face at all costs. So I ate a little bit more. I did some carving up because I knew I was going to come back here in Miami and have hard workouts and go back to my diet. So my weight's probably up a little bit, but it will come training down. If your problem by putting in the effort and not seeing results is not hormonal, you need to first, which I think we talked about this in a call, but for sure I had posts about this. You need to assess what your output. You need to first check, am I really putting in all the effort that I should be putting? Am I doing all the things that I could be doing? Is my nutrition on point? Is my training on point? Or am I half-assing some things? Because a lot of times we don't see results, but in our reality, we're really half-assing. I cannot tell you guys enough how many times the clients have come to me like, "Oh, this is not working." I'm like, "Okay, what are your macros? Let me see. I don't see you tracking your meals." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I haven't been tracking." I'm like, "How could you tell if it's not working if you haven't been tracking? Do you know your calorie intake? Do you know your protein intake? Do you know your carbs, your fat?" Like, "Oh, not really." I'm like, "There it goes, and it's not working. You're not working. No, it's not a diet." So first, assess your output. See if what you're doing is really, really, if you're really following the plan. Be honest with yourself. Second, if you're following the plan and it's still not working, wait. A lot of times the body, like I said, it needs a little bit of time in order to respond. It needs a little bit of time in order to break some plateaus. You need a little bit of time in order to like stop the fight or flight mode. So if you're doing everything right and you still haven't seen results, for let's say a week, wait, go another week, full on. The body most of the times will give in. Third, if you've done all the work, it's been let's say 2 weeks and you still haven't seen results, then it's time for a change. Then it's time for you to reassess, talk to your coach and say like, okay, I've been doing everything you tell me. I haven't seen any change. What are we missing? And yes, sometimes you do everything right and the body still doesn't work. And that just means that strategy is probably not the best one for you at that time. It doesn't mean, change everything. It doesn't mean the coach sucks. It doesn't mean anything. It's not probably not the best answer. So keep changing, keep tweaking. My case, because it's hormonal, I just need to suck it up, wait, be patient, and try not to sabotage myself with like, let me eat less, let me do more. Like, no, my body's just telling me, wait. The more stressed you are over this, the harder it's going to be for your physique. Hydration break. How'd you like my cup? Should I sell a cup? Look at this cup. This cup is awesome, isn't it? I love this cup. I have better pictures though. Second thing, let's talk about training. Like I said, last week, I trained really well from Monday through Wednesday. Thursday did a quickie at the gym before hopping on a plane. And it's been good. Like my body was good. It was responding well up until then, like as much as I could tell. Even with the weight fluctuation, my muscles were solid. But as I said, I did feel this weekend my muscles getting very soft and very depleted, which it will happen as you walk towards the stage, because I can, you guys here can see the cats, just the zoom. because you are really depleting your muscles, you are depleting your body, so that is a part of it, at least for my category, not for all categories. So there will be some of that, but it's too soon for my muscles to be depleted. That's gonna happen like on the week of the show, slightly, and then we carb up, and then it's beautiful. But now I felt like, okay, my muscles are flat, and I understood I was in a different environment, different habits, but I was like, no, I need my butt to get full, not get flat. So what I did, I texted a friend. I have this amazing friend here in Miami. Her name is Carol. Carol, she's a Brazilian. She's a psycho. Not like me because I'm a normal psycho. She is a psycho. She's an athlete. And I say that with all the respect and admiration. She's incredible. She's been an athlete for, I think, over 20 years. She's like IFBB pro. She's in incredible shape. And she trained me in the past. And I said, I need you again. Like, I need you to kick my ass. Excuse my French, because there's only so much I can do training myself. You guys know I've been training myself for, I don't know, over 10 years, probably since I started competing. I've had coaches in the meantime, and some of them send me training and I do their training. Sometimes I do my own training, but even if I'm doing their training, I'm doing it by myself. I don't have anybody there with me to train with me. So whenever you have somebody, a coach, a trainer pushing you extra. Thanks, Chrissy. I'll check into this bottle to see. This is a cool bottle. Um, it was so amazing. So I did this workout session with her yesterday. I'm probably gonna do two every week until show date on lower body, on glutes and legs, just to like give that extra pump and an extra blood flow. And let me tell you the difference. I wish I could show on the camera, but the camera is too high to show. We didn't even work out legs yesterday. We worked out only glutes. My legs are rock solid. They're like tree trunks, like this. Obrigada, Eduardo. Um, because that's the power of muscle contraction, the power of proper feeding. Now, I am still a little bit bloated, probably a lot heavier on the scale, but my muscles are full. And that's like when I weigh myself tomorrow, I'll probably see that my body fat percentage is even lower than it was before. Before, I think the lowest was 13.7. Don't quote me on that, 13.8. It's probably going to be 13.6, hopefully, because not because I lost body fat, but because I gained muscle. So that's going to be very interesting to see. Um, I think as far as training is that, oh, let's talk about cardio. Cardio, I've did as much as I could while I was traveling and still have been doing. I've been doing cardio anywhere from 40 to 60 to, did I do 90 minutes? No, to 80 minutes probably in 2 bounds. And why am I doing that? Only because of this period nonsense that I'm navigating. Because I don't want my hormones to go super, super wacko, and I don't want my weight to go super up. Because even though my weight gain is a hormonal thing, I don't want to be dealing with a 12-pound loss in over 2 weeks, a little bit over 2 weeks. So I need to control a little bit more my even my bodily fluids, my lymphatic system, because I don't want to be having to come down. Right now, I think at 148, the last I checked. So if I have 8 pounds and half of those pounds, like 4 of those pounds are just fluids to lose until show day, that's piece of cake, that's not a problem. But if I go to 12 and then I have 6 pounds to lose in 6 days, 7 days, that's not ideal. It can be done, of course it can. I just don't want to do it because I don't think it's a good look after, because the faster you lose weight, the worse it looks, honestly. The slower you can lose weight, the better. Um, Sleep has been great so far. It's been good. I've been sleeping well. I've had a few episodes a couple of weeks ago of like not being able to sleep much. I just haven't been sleeping a lot. I lay down and sleep. It's just I don't have a lot of time to sleep. So I need to do better resting. Need to do better at like managing my recovery, and especially now that I'm training harder. So I did been doing the leg sleeps. I'm gonna start doing sauna more. My cardio is gentle. I don't do anything crazy. I just do the Stairmaster. Start at level 5, go up until level whatever, depends on how many minutes I do, up to level 12, level 14, something like that. And I am going to, starting tomorrow, do a little drop in my calorie intake. So my calorie intake was between 16 to 1800, even though I haven't been tracking 100%. I put the meal plan together in my head and I eat around that. It's actually, I'm really interested to see how this first, it's going to be my first prep ever, not tracking. It's really, really interesting. I know I said I would track everything, especially because I wanted to share it here with you guys. It's just not happening because I start tracking and then I just don't. Because I've been tracking, I tracked so much already in my life. It's like I know how much I'm eating ish. So it's gonna be interesting. But I'm dropping my calorie intake to a little bit like around more like 1400, 1450 starting tomorrow. Why? Because I need to offset that hormonal imbalance for my period, and I need to do a little tweak in some of my food choices. Also talking about the episode that happened with the peptide that got a little almost like an anaphylactic shock on my system. It did mess up with my digestion. So foods that I used to be able to eat before, I'm not able to eat now without some consequences that I don't want for stage, like bloating, like poor digestion, like acid reflux, which is dairy. A lot of the FODMAPs, which I've never had a problem with FODMAPs at all. So now I can do FODMAPs, and that's it. And I'm hungry. I'm very hungry, which I'm gonna blame it on my period, but everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay soon. My bikini's coming, outfits are done, and that's it. That's it. We are a few days from it. And now it's just a mind game of waiting, being patient, being diligent, not going too fast, not going too slow, going at the right pace and just waiting for the thing to, to work. Ay, ay. And that's it, you guys. Any questions? Anybody has any questions about it? Chrissy, how you doing, my love? I think we're good with questions then. These calls have been very, very refreshing, very fast because it's not very, how can I say, crazy topics. Wait for me until August. August, we're gonna go crazy on topics. Gonna talk about all the things like about binge eating disorder, body dysmorphia. It's gonna be intense.